So welcome back. We have two guests in the studio. They've not been here for a while. Shola Rojas is here, and of course, we also have Chijoke Eziali. Good morning, and it's good to have you guys.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. It's my favorite show, so
Oh,
I'm
really?
happy.
When
Yeah.
was the last time we saw you? Like 2 years?
I'm not sure it's 2 years
Shola
already.
Rojas, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be
dragging you
here.
from your busy schedule. Thank you.
Uh,
I think the middle one also.
Guys. All right. Guys, is you listen to the chairperson of Nigeria Women Football League, and all the issues leading up to that interview, and how this talk about the Under-20 Women's World Cup, the bid, I has divided opinion. I want to quickly get your thoughts as we move on. There are other issues to talk about, but I think it's only fair. It's only fair that we hear what you have to say. Let's have each other read this. Your thoughts.
yeah, I listened.
Is it what we need right now?
I listened to the chairperson of the Women's League, someone that I respect a lot, but I have a very different view from what she shared on here today. Everything she said makes sense to a large extent, but I have a problem with this bid in the first place. We are putting the cart before the horse. In a country that has the best women's football team in Africa, but cannot boast of the best women's football league in Africa. In a country that seems to prioritize on elite sports, while grassroots sports is dying, and you're talking about how some facilities have been built and all of that, they all make it sound as if we've not hosted the World Cup before. What did we gain from hosting those two World Cups that we hosted? You know, under 17
And under 20.
under 20.
20, yeah.
What did we really gain? All the facilities that were built, where are they? Who has maintained them? The Abuja National Stadium was built to host the whole of Africa. We know what's happening there now. It's not the same, is it? Same thing with National Stadium when we hosted Africa in 1973 or 72 or so. So let's stop this thing.
Let's not look at the facilities aspect.
It's
Now let's
not-
talk
it's
about
not-
the benefits
no.
of the girls now that will be
What
participating. Because
benefits?
that's
Exactly
the
what I'm
focus
saying.
we're actually looking at.
Cecilia, that's exactly what I am saying, and I had to lay a foundation for you
Okay.
to say it. She mentioned Asisat Oshoala. She mentioned Rashidat
Ajibade.
Ajibade. They are not products of a World Cup. They are products of a grassroots system. They are products of Robo FC. They are products of Lagos State
But they're
Football
also going to the
Association.
World Cup actually expose most of them, because I saw assistant that been
Not
talking.
be, it is
But
not,
what
it's
shall I
not by
say, Ines?
spending billions to host a World Cup. It is, see, wait up a minute. Look, it's a cat before us situation. If you have all this money to be bidding and doing all these things, why don't you build your league up? You have a league that half of the games are always on, what's it called, walkover. You have a league that is virtually...
Not anymore. Let me correct you on that.
Look,
Maybe that was like 2-3 years back. Not anymore.
Listen, can you compare this league that you say not anymore to the way it was about 10, 12 years ago? Are you saying that we've moved forward or we've moved backwards? Is it the same league that produced those players? Look, let's be
Same
honest.
league that produced them.
That's exactly what I'm talking
I think
about.
The point you're
The-
trying to make.
the
Okay.
point I am making, and I'm going to stand on this, is that we are putting the cart before the horse. We do not need to host the world to develop Nigerian talent. That's all.
Okay, that's what you feel.
That's
okay,
all.
I think I get your point.
Yeah,
And that's what
and we have to do
Yeah,
that.
I
CJ, your thoughts.
I think it goes with his line of thought also, because we had a little chat before, because we're watching it together and listening to the interview. And I think proper development should be given to Nigerian sports generally. It's not looking at female football right now, but the way they've lined everything out, since it's using the World Cup to develop, it doesn't happen that way. It
But
doesn't.
don't you think
It doesn't.
actually,
It doesn't
helped
happen.
South Africa
It
in a
doesn't-
way, because we're talking about South Africa having best facilities. They're always ready to host anything because they hosted the FIFA World Cup.
World Cup in 2010
yes.
for the
It's
male
helping South Africa.
for the
Can't
male
you
league.
take a cue
But the
from what
league,
they've done?
the
Because that
standard of their
actually
league.
helped to develop
If
their
you
league
compare the
also.
standard of their league till now, you still progress.
Exactly.
That's
Don't
the
you
question.
think
That's
if we-
the one
don't you
question he
think
asked
if
when
we
he
host-
was introducing.
Don't you think
introducing.
if we-
I'm glad that
Don't you
Cecilia
think
brought
if
South
we-
Africa.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't you
And you
think
see,
if we
if you're
host
going to
the
use South
FIFA
Africa,
Women's World
Cecilia,
Cup
if
now,
you're going
it's
to
gonna
use,
help our own
if
league.
you're going to use South Africa as an example, then go and study the South African example.
Mm-hmm.
They went ahead to build a new league. They went ahead to put structures in place. The South African system, look, in the next Alcon, the women of South Africa will most likely win. You heard it here first. With the way now they're playing,
Even
they're
if
playing
they don't
Kosafa.
win, even if they
They're-
don't win,
they're playing
you have
Kosafa.
a strategy, you have
They're-
a
we
structure,
struggled.
you have a
We struggled
progression.
against them. So they didn't just host the World Cup. What they did was to put structures in place. They developed their grassroots sports. So in the women's side and in the men's side in South Africa, they have moved in leaps and bounds. So it's not about hosting the world.
Now, see, let's put them in simple terms.
No, let's just,
Okay.
because we don't really have much time. I think there are two parallels here, and I don't want us to hosting a major sporting event and growing your
Which should
sports
be your
domestically.
priority.
You know, which one is the
Who
priority?
should grow
Can
the
you
league
do
in the
two?
first place?
But well, let's end it this way. Can you do the two at the same time without having to prioritize one over the other?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can, if you're serious about it. But history has shown us that Nigeria has not done it. When we hosted the world the first time and the second time, what did we do for the local teams? What did we do at the grassroots level? So it looks like Nigeria doesn't know how to balance things. We don't know.
We should never look at it too much. Just look at the stadium to go with. Look at the teams in our league. How many of them have a proper clubhouse? How many of them have a proper
That's next
stadium?
for the government to
Now
Okay.
we don't need to narrow it down and know what our priorities are.
Okay,
All right.
our priorities, what is it? Well, I want development in Nigeria, especially the women's game. All right, let's leave that now for these guys. Maybe after this whole thing, you guys can continue the discussion. Let's talk about Nigeria Women's Premier League now. Some games or matches were played on Wednesday, while some will be played today, starting from a very, very remarkable result from Nasarawa Amazons. Remember when they lost at home and they were like, everyone was like, okay, they're supposed to be, IT Cup champions and all that. Why the coach was talking about fatigue and everything after playing playing a game, playing ITO Cup the next time. They're also going away from home to play another game. But this time around, they had to beat Cardinal Queens by 5-0. Bayelsa Queens and Sunshine. It was Bayelsa still unbeaten. Mary Angel happens to be the girl that's scoring all their goals. 4 goals now in 3 matches. Confluence Queens and Abia Angels. Confluence winning that. Invisible Angels and Ibom Angels, it was 2-1. Adamawa Queens and Edo Queens. Edo Queens couldn't get another win away from home, so they lost their first game in 3 matches. Now the games for today, it's going to be the games between Dream Stars and Heartland Queens. That game didn't hold yesterday because apparently Heartland Queens left their base very late. So they couldn't play the game. So this morning, I think it's about now, the game should be ongoing. There's also the game between Rivers Angels and Oshun Babes. That's going to be Oshun Babes also didn't arrive early, so they had to tell Rivers Angels the games will be today. Then Delta Queens and FC Robo. The reason for this because of the inspection tour by FIFA team in Asaba. Now, Dream Stars ladies in Heartland, we're going to make an appeal to the Imo State government. I mean, recently they unveiled Ilechukwu as their coach. There's a management team, but we learned that for the ladies, there's no management team, and so they left their base late. And of course, they had to, get to Lagos late. So if really we want to support the women's game and all the clubs owned by the government, which you all know, they should be able to put money into it. That's why we have the guys here in the studio criticizing what's happening. I believe if each government had been able to put money into developing each of their clubs and having facilities for them, we won't be arguing about should we host or should we not. Okay, you guys are silent.
I think we should move,
Okay, let's move forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
move forward.
I think the body language of Shola just tells me the story as, okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're saying.
Let's move forward.
But let's
Okay.
move forward. That's the story about the women's league, and hopefully we'll get it right
Okay.
at some point.
Yeah. Okay. You saw the pictures from the game that was supposed to host yesterday right here in Lagos at the Agege Stadium. The girls had to play, play against themselves and all that, so that they don't get to waste that time and everything. So that's what happened. At 4 p.m. yesterday.
Wonderful.
Agege Stadium. Yeah.
It's a packed stadium.
And they have two different
This
jerseys.
is no game. This is just training.
Oh.
It's a training
Okay.
of Dream Stars FC. They were
But
waiting
if the
for
other team had
Heartland.
come, the stadium would have been packed.
You didn't get
How
you didn't get
The irony. Let's just
training.
move on from this.
We need to move on.
Okay, now let's talk about